Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is a two-part series of mental health. This is the part 1. Please watch the part 2 for the conclusion of this part of the video. Thank you again, and I hope you learn a lot from this video. There's a lot of buzz in my city. And today we are going to be talking about mental health awareness. Because of all the recent happenings all over the world, and particularly here in Nigeria, and also with World Mental Health Awareness Month, which was on the 10th of October, a few days ago, I decided to come up with this topic so that we can talk about mental health and how it's peculiar in Nigeria. You know, mental health, right, is something that has been here, but due to fear, due to the stigma that is somewhat associated with it in this region, people are hiding. People fail to say that they have this sort of issues. Everybody is hiding, everybody is keeping quiet about the matter, and it's not a good situation. So I am using this opportunity to bring more light into mental health matters. And as usual, I have my nice notepad, which will help align my thoughts and bring this information to you. Okay, so your level of psychological well-being is what is mental health. Is it good? Is it bad? Your level of mental well-being. What level would you place it? Do you say your mental health is good or bad? Have you ever asked yourself that question? If you have not, take a second to ask yourself, what is the level of my psychological health? I am not a therapist. I like to put this disclaimer because some people will see your videos and they think you're some expert. No, this discussion I'm having has come from hours of research online on my desk. So it was a desk-based research. I didn't conduct any qualitative or quantitative research on this topic. So I'm not preferring any solution that is not on the internet. I just needed to put that out there. Now, as you can see, there's this green background here. And it's because it's the mental health color. It's green. And why is it green? In the 1800s, the green color was used to indicate people that were mentally ill. People that had been considered to be mentally ill, they were given the green color, so that when you see them in public, you know that, oh, this person has a mental health issue. So this green is just to accentuate that fact. Now, according to the World Health Organization, 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health issues. 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health issues. That is a staggering figure. Now, why is this? You may ask yourself, like, why are there so many mental health cases? I think the reason why there are so many mental health cases is because the variation of issues have expanded in this age than it was before now. So before now, we didn't have all these intricacies that make up what life is right now. This life that we live these days is filled with so many ups and downs, right? And for the essence of this video, I'm going to be using the country where I am from, which is Nigeria, as an example, because this is the country I know and understand. So I'll be bringing my own perspective of the experiences I've had into this mental health awareness discussion. What is mental health? Mental health is the absence of mental illness. Simply put, when you are not diagnosed with any mental issue from a medical personnel who has specialty in neuropsychiatry, you can be classified as a mentally healthy person. But if you have been diagnosed by a neuropsychiatric medical personnel as a mentally ill patient, you have then been tagged as a mentally ill patient. Now, World Health Organization says that over 800 people die of suicide every year. What is suicide? Suicide is when an individual decides to end their life by themselves, by taking different kind of harmful substances or physically doing damage to themselves. And suicide is one of the lead causes of death, according to the World Health Organization. They have also said that suicide is the second leading cause of death in individuals between the years of 15 and 29. And I can truly understand where this data could come from. If you check all the pressures that's going on all over social media, all over the world, people trying to meet up to a certain standard, all that contributes. Now, the global economy, according to statistics, has said that this is World Health Organization, right? They said that the global economy loses $1 trillion every year in productivity due to depression. Depression is one of the symptoms of mental illness, and it's the leading symptom because a lot of people have gone through depression at some point in their life due to the varying circumstances, which is why I'm reciting that example. Now, what are the causes of mental health issues? This topic is really deep, and there's a way it makes me feel. Why? Because I have encountered close people that are close to me. I've seen them go through these challenges. So making this video is also shining light on this issue to ensure that the stigmatization reduces, especially in Nigeria and other parts of the country where the stigma is still high. So back to the causes of mental illness. Childhood abuse, trauma, and neglect. I remember during my postgraduate school days, we had a case study on neglect, how a baby was born and did not have any unnecessary physical touch. From when she was 1 year old up until she died, I think about 4 years. I can't remember the year she died, but I think it was before she became 5. Now she was born secluded, nobody touched her. The only time they touched her was when they wanted to change her, when she was a baby. So she didn't grow properly, she didn't eat properly. So physical touch, I didn't realize the power of physical touch. And you see, in this age where social media isolates people, you stay at home for 4 weeks, nobody touches you, you don't physically talk to anybody. Then coupled with COVID, we were all at home, you used to hang out with your friends, have drinks, have tea, have smoothies, or whatever you do in your spare time, hang out together. You couldn't do that. So physical touch, isolation is another cause of mental illness. Trauma, wow. Trauma is huge. I'll have a whole video on trauma. But just note, and you should check the video, the link for the trauma video should be somewhere here. Loneliness is a cause of mental issues. Bereavement, losing somebody who's close to you, is another source of mental illness. It's important to note that these factors, right, we should not take them lightly. I don't think if you lose somebody close to you, you should pretend as though that thing didn't happen. Some of us, we numb the pain, we don't want to deal with it. All those things have negative effects. Stress and unemployment, sickness and disease, accidents with heavy trauma to the head, in the process of the accident can also cause mental illness. That's a physical cause of mental illness. Homelessness, poverty and hunger, drug and alcohol abuse, domestic violence, poverty, and then severe stress or long-term stress. I know if you live in Nigeria, you would already understand that the statistics that World Health Organization gave, where they said 1 in 4 persons is diagnosed with is suffering from mental illness. You can nod with me and say, oh wow. If you live in busy cities like Lagos State, where there's a ton of traffic that induces a lot of stress, makes you hyper and all that, you can tell that alone is a cause for mental illness. And then there was a documentary that was done about drug abuse. There was a documentary. What? You can't hear me? Are you serious? And I'm shouting. I'm almost shouting. Okay. So you can tell that most of the symptoms of mental health issues is peculiar in Nigeria. Let me give a quick example. Unemployment. Do you know how many people lost their jobs in Nigeria? How many companies had to shut down? How many CEOs had to bid their staff goodbye because they couldn't meet up with salaries because there was no patronage? So how do you think a father of 2 or a mother of 2 or a family of 7 who depends on like 2 sources of income with no side hustle, how do you think? Of course it's going to affect them. So you see, the mental health issue is really deep. And let's not even go into drug abuse because that's another ball game. With the way the young people right now, some young people are indulging in codeine drinking, tramadol drinking, smoking, all sorts. Those things have a way of affecting your mental health. Please don't let anybody lie to you. If you think I'm lying, just go to a federal neuropsychiatric hospital in any of the states I'm going to mention going forward in my video, and just ask them questions, or just take a walk into their wards, their hospital wards, and see what's happening. You will see that the impact of all this abuse, all these things, it's really detrimental to people. So don't be trying to be cool or trying to look yoppy. You don't want to be like the draggy one behind, and you're doing all these things and you don't know the repercussion on your mental health. Please, guys. Now, there are several clinics, right? So during my research, I found out that we don't have so many clinics, federal, like the governmental clinics in every state that deals with mental illness. We don't have that. We only have few in strategic states. And the goal the government had was that those neuropsychiatric hospitals will address those zones, those geopolitical zones. Because I think it's also an expensive feat for the government. That's what I thought from my research. And the way to diagnose if you have a mental health is go seek professional help. Don't sit at home and Google tons of stuff and just analyze yourself and say, oh, that's your problem, and then look for some kind of remedy online and think that that's enough. I don't think it's enough. I think it's good to seek professional help, which is why I have listed the states that have neuropsychiatric hospitals, federal neuropsychiatric hospitals that we could visit, or anybody who has that mental health issues can visit, so that you can get proper diagnosis and then move towards the stage of healing. We have in Yaba, Lagos State, there's the Federal Neuropsychiatric Clinic at Aro, Abeokuta. They have in Kwara State, in Kaduna State, in Abuja, in Abia, in Uselu, Benin City, in Kano State, in Eket, Akwa Ibom State, in Enugu State, in Kware local government of Sokoto State. Now, these are just a few to mention the numerous hospitals that engage in mental health treatment. They also have a list of private hospitals that also have that division. So if you have a private hospital that you visit, it will be wise for you to make an inquiry. Your private hospital might have a psychiatry department, a neuropsychiatry department, which you can go for treatment and diagnosis. Now, how does mental health affect businesses? Either medium businesses, small scale medium businesses. How does mental health affect businesses? You know, if you think that being a small business owner is easy, I think you should try it. Being a small business owner comes with a lot of pressure. You know, the pressure to want to meet up with deadlines, the pressure to want to make sure that you are doing the right thing, you're churning out enough. If you're a digital business owner, you're churning out enough content on your website, on your YouTube pages, or on your Facebook pages, or wherever it is you do business. The pressure to want to write all the necessary documentation for proposals and stuff, all that pressure. And you know, as a small business owner, you are the one doing almost everything yourself. You understand? So the thing of you juggling all these things in a short amount of time is always high. So you're always on a deadline. Always, every time. That also influences your mental health. So if we say that mental health, it excludes business owners, it's a big lie. I think business owners also suffer from this kind of issues, which is one of the reasons why I'm also talking about this, so that if you're a small business owner, you just try, take it easy. I know the pressure is much, and with all this motivation of, you can do it, go out there, do, work hard, don't sleep, don't do this, don't do that, you can work. Look, all of it, all that pressure can push you to a breaking point. So I would say that feeling of helplessness that you get when you don't meet up with those targets that you have set for yourself, it's a cause of mental illness. So if you don't take it easy on yourself, if you keep doing that over a period of time, you push your brain and you retrain your brain to start believing some certain things that are not real, as though you can never ever hit the end goal. So like the post is always shifting, and it's not that. So take it easy on the goals you set for yourself, right? The playing of multiple roles. If you can get someone to assist you in some areas, like get someone that can, even if it's an intern that you can pay a stipend, if you search, you'll find. If you're someone that's looking for volunteer work, if you're also watching this video and you would like to volunteer to small businesses, go out there, help, because small business owners are facing a lot, but they won't come out and speak because some of us, This is a two-part series of mental health. This is the part 1. Please watch the part 2 for the conclusion of this part of the video. Thank you again, and I hope you learn a lot from this video.